Hey everybody, welcome to Remco Field Prescription Solutions. So in this video we're going to look a little bit at the exported shape files. Once you've determined what prescription you want, in this example we use a farm from Manitoba and we'll build a potash prescription, and then we'll show you what it looks like in some secondary software and how these prescriptions would be monitor ready to be able to be uploaded into John Deere, Case, Raven. Pretty much anything now will read a shape file. So we'll just kind of show you columns to select, information needed, and some of the file structures required. So we'll just quick log in here. And we're going to pick our province of Manitoba. And we will add a new field and a new county or municipality for your geography. We'll use Argyle. Upload a new field. So just select those three files. Call the farm and field the name we want. It is in Argyle. Upload. So the farm came in here, Argyle, so we will select a prescription here, or we'll select this field to build it. Actually, I think we'll do another one. We'll bring in one in Muscata. And you have to make sure you picked the county before you try to find the before you bring the field in, or it won't show up here. So we've got the two farms, Argyle and Brenda Muscata, so we'll build a prescription for both of them. So just a quick snapshot of this page. We're into picking which prescription we want. So we can do planting prescriptions, different cereals, oats, different pulses, canola, soybeans, and then we can pick our rates here. There is some features with soybeans where we can pick prescriptions based on seeds per acre or thousands of seeds per acre. So an example would be, let's say our minimum we want 125 KSDS, so thousands of seeds per acre, and a maximum of say 200. Just have to be careful. Some software requires thousands of seeds per acre, and some requires specifically seeds per acre. Mostly John Deere software, 2630s Gen 4 monitors require seeds per acre. However, if you're just using an air seeder or you're planting by pounds, yeah, you're just going to do your own calculations based on seeds per pound to hit those targets like that. But for today, we'll just worry about a fertilizer prescription. And today we're going to do a rate-based prescription. There is an option to as well do a cost-based prescription. You can input your price per ton of fertilizer, and you can then just set your budgetary kind of restrictions for your worst ground and best ground. You can limit it to maybe 25 and 50. And then it'll basically use that cost per acre range to dictate the application range. So when you run that, we'll run that actually just for an example. We can basically then see where where our budget is and what pounds per acre end up working at. Obviously, the higher priced fertilizer budgetary goals come into play a little more. Now the processing time here will depend on the complexity of your soil types and stuff. All of our foundation data is based on refined soil type maps, and yes, some of them are highly detailed depending on certain geographies. So it looks like the Argyle one's processed. We'll have a quick look at that one. On Remco, you can preview everything before. So if you don't like the way this looks, or you notice the ranges look a little off, yeah, you can just decline it and run it again. So here's the soil type range in the Argyle farm, and when we restricted it based on a cost, we had a budget of only 25 and 50, kind of $7,000 across this kind of quarter section. Then it generates the rate ranges based on that cost restriction as well. So our highest rate's kind of 90 and our lowest about 45 pounds per acre, and we're using about 12,000, about 6 metric tons total of potash for the application of this farm. So kind of a nice feature if you want to use it as a budgetary reason instead of just a agronomic or rate reason. So looks like the Brenda Mosqueda farm processed. We'll have a look at that one as well. Same thing, we had a restriction here and cost per acre. Now this is a full section, so get a little more invested in this piece of property as well. But one thing to note in certain geographies, especially in Manitoba, is a lot of the times with sloughs and stuff that come and go depending on the season, we can't clip those out with a prescription. So we're always going to be a little high on the acres, and we're always going to be a little high on the total amount. But what we usually suggest guys do is, you know, just turn those prescriptions off for certain areas, or when you go around sloughs, you can, you know, just basically give yourself a bit of buffer when you're ordering products, so you don't over apply or have a bit too much left over. But geographically and soil type wise, they're pretty much bang on for picking up some of the premium soils and you know, reducing inputs as well as getting the most out of those marginal soils as well. So we'll just accept the one and decline the other one to get it for a download. So it shows up here with a cost, and so we'll purchase this, so we have it downloaded and ready to go. So that's been purchased. We'll hit next for the download. This explains to us that we've got one field fertilizing potash prescription. We're going to download it directly to the PC. It'll be off screen, but it'll show up as a zip file. So here it is with the year and date as a download. We're going to extract it all. It'll have the PDF example of what we viewed in the preview before we did the purchase, and then we'll have the shape file here that we will import into some software and go through the steps of how to look at that. So here's this quarter section of Argyle that we did the prescription for. Now this is just SMS, which is just kind of a generic management tool for you know, keeping track of farm operations and things of that nature, collecting data. So we're going to walk you through what it looks like when we're pulling these shape files in. These shape files are ready to go for most equipment. There'll be some other tutorials on how to what file structures you need for those to import them successfully. But first thing we're going to do is read this as a shape file. So under downloads, it comes up. I'm going to pick the shape file here. It's acronymed out, so we know exactly what it is. The field name, it's a fertilizing prescription, it's potash, and it's 2022. So it comes through, it'll show pretty much all the zones. In this type of software, we can actually call it a fertilizer prescription. It's a dry product. And then when we get to here, it needs to know the rate. So we just basically have to assign the column. So this rate column will be the same in any software or JD. So if you're in a 2630, if you're in a Case, New Holland, any Raven, you have to actually tell it that it's one of the two columns, that it's the target, it's the rate column that we want to pick. And that'll be the column that you're going to use to hit the right attribute, pick the attribute you're going to use to hit the right pounds per acre on all prescriptions. Then on these ones, you have to make sure you actually tell it what it is or what the conversion is. So this is a pounds per acre, not a tons per acre or anything like that. So weight-based pounds per acre. So we can kind of pick our farm field prescription dry. We can pick what it was potash. We can hit next, and we can hit finish, and then it'll import it in. Then we'll have a look at this one labeled specifically. Yeah, looks pretty good. So you can see basically we running about 191 pounds down to 45. Like I said, about 6 tons product. So, and then we can actually see, you know, even how the prescription lines up and hits most of the targeted soil types and variability within this field. So yeah, that's a quick overview. That same file structure will be used in almost every monitor for uploading. So thanks again for watching, and please look for more help videos and tutorial videos. Every week we'll be posting a bit of stuff up there. So thanks again.